Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the Duck, and in today's video, we're going to talk about how to beat Legend versus CPU for Conquest Extreme. I'm going to give you some tips coming right up, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, everybody, welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm actually showing some versus the San Francisco Giants on Legend. We got the stronghold here we're going after. And first off, you want to get your bullpen ready. So it's very, very important to get your bullpen ready. Now, when you get your bullpen ready, you don't want to just warm them up. So immediately stretch and toss. Get a stretch and toss going. That's the best thing to do, is get your stretch and toss going. And then that way they won't be tired when you do eventually have to bring in your relief pitcher, okay? Another thing is you want to come in with your very best lineup. So you want to have your best lineup of all. So don't worry about grinding for missions. Your goal is to win the game. That's what you want to do, all right? Another thing is you have to take 2 pitches no matter what. Always take 2 pitches. Make sure that you always have work those counts. You got to work those counts, all right? Also, another thing you want to do is you want to make sure you have a speedy guy on your bench. So, you know, we're talking about the Billy Hamiltons, the Gore, the Gordon. You got to have 1, maybe 2 fast, extremely fast base runners, okay? Another tip is make sure you have an extra catcher in your lineup, okay? So I used the Joe Torre, the Diamond from the Career Arcs, which was a very, very good bench card because I was using Posada as a switch hitter, and Posada was not... He's only got like 12 speed. So you want to make sure you have, if he gets on base, you gotta generate runs. You have to generate those runs, okay? Another tip is, I'm using the Dynamics PCI here. And the reason for that is I was messing with it. I found something on Reddit that if you have your PCI, the dynamic PCI will actually show you if you want to use the upper part of the bat, if they have like if they have top spin, you want to use the upper part of the bat. If they have backspin or backspin, you want to use the bottom part of the bat, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about pitching here. So when pitching, you want to pitch the corners. You want to put the ball in the corners. You want to be very, very accurate, and you don't want to make any mistakes that drive the ball up into the heart of the plate, okay? So you want to make sure you're pitching those corners and never pitch up. Never pitch above the belt. There I made a mistake, and the computer will punish you on Legend if you make a mistake with a ball. You see where that ball was at in the plate? It was right in the middle. I missed. I threw it early, so it's best if you don't have the right timing. Best to use a little bit late timing so that the ball, you see that's a little early there, but we were still able to get it over the plate. That's don't ever make a mistake and bring the ball into the heart of the plate, because the computer will crush it on Legend. I mean, any mistake will go out of the park. This video here on this playback, I actually had this one went into extra innings. So, but I'm only going to show you the first couple innings and show you some other things. So, pitch those corners and make sure you don't make mistakes going into the center. Also, have your best defensive players in your double plays are your best friends. Double plays are your best friends. They're going to get you out of the bad situations. When you get guys on the base paths, those double plays. You want to force grounders. You want to force. We made a pitching mistake, and of course, the computer will run. 70 speed is good enough to steal on here. I mean, even 68 is good on stealing. 70 speed is plenty to move the base runners to the next base. All right, another point here is that it's okay to lose your stronghold games when playing Conquest Extreme, but you really don't want to lose your steal, okay? So, of course, going on early in Conquest Extreme, you got to beat the game on Legend. It's very important. You're going to have to beat your first 1 or 2 games on Legend. You all know you got to beat the Dodgers on Legend. And these pointers here will help you out. Another thing, when you're batting, you want to make sure your goal is to get the pitch count to 15. You want to get the pitch count to 15. You want to work the counts. You want to take the first 2 pitches, no matter what. Also, you want to make sure you sit right there in the middle. Sit right in the middle there. Here I'm showing how I'm stealing the base here. When you're stealing the base, you want to keep an eye on that pitcher. And what I do is I don't take a leadoff step. I'll tap L2 and then R1, and then I'll do L1, and then I'll do R1 to bring them back. And of course, don't make mistakes of overrunning or trying to trick the computer into throwing to first base like I did right there. I made a big mistake. I probably could have finished this game earlier. I got a little cute trying to, it was a single. I had a guy on second, and I, acted like I was going to run to third to try to trick him into, going in the first, or kept on trying. They'll make you go back to second. So keep an eye on that. Don't make those mistakes. Here, use David Robertson quite a bit in this series when beating Conquest Extreme. Also, you want to get your confidence on your pitches up. So make sure your confidence on your pitches gets high. So here, I'm taking the practice pitches because I want to make sure that I want to bring that confidence up. I don't always do this. Usually I'll just bypass this, but in this situation, I was in trouble here, so I went ahead and started warming up the pitches that I needed with higher confidence. And when you're in trouble, use the pitches with higher confidence because they will generate less base hits. So again, pitch the corners, pitch low, try to generate base hits. I mean, try to generate contact. You don't want to strike them out. Your goal is to get them to hit grounders, get them to roll over. The computer doesn't trick very easily. The off speeds, the knuckle curve this year is amazing, online and offline. So that's what you want to do. Also, when you're pitching, you kind of have to use some pitch theory. So if you throw a fastball and they swing over, you want to throw a sinker. If they throw a sinker and they swing under the ball, throw a higher fastball. Are they early on the slider? You want to throw the curveball, or the fastball. Okay, so you kind of keep an eye on these things. So also, what else? Never use the same pitch over and over again. Always use different pitches. You don't want to throw the same location, same pitch. You don't want to. Here I didn't practice. I didn't get my confidence up on the pitches, and I believe I get punished here. I make a mistake. So pitch on those corners. Pitch on those corners. Here we made a mistake, and we threw a low confidence pitch, and it got crushed. So especially when you got guys on the base path, use your high confidence pitches. There you see I use the four seam, and it was a little bit higher, and you see the confidence isn't high on that pitch there. What else? You want to have your big power hitters and fast players. And another thing is keep an eye on who your opponent is. Don't be afraid to see what kind of quirks your players have, or the players you're facing. Okay, so if they're dead red, don't pitch a fastball. Okay, if they are a breaking ball hitter, don't pitch a breaking ball. Always throw fastballs. Okay, if they're a rally monkey and they're behind, pitch them even more carefully. And again, work those counts and generate runs with your fast players. Here we got the Joe Torre card. You got to have a catcher on your bench, and those are the main things here. And here, here's another thing too. Don't steal when you have 2 outs. All right, just like I did there. When you have 2 outs, don't steal. Here I went ahead and fast forwarded the game to the 5th inning, and we got that run in, and bring in your best relievers. Generate contact, generate grounders. Here, change-ups down and in work really well. Fastballs really far in. You don't want anything going over the plate. No fastballs going over the plate. And the sliders in at the feet generate bad hits, bad contact. So fortunately there, Chapman pulled through. Of course, Papa Ducky was the star of the game on this one. And again, put your best players in, work the counts, pitch the corners. I hope all this helps. If you guys got any questions, or you guys got any suggestions or things that may have helped you out, feel free to leave questions in the comments below. So I appreciate you guys watching. I hope this helps. Good luck beating Conquest Extreme. It's worth it. That camp is probably the best card in the game, and he generates so many home runs for me. I've won so many games because of that card. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and this is the Duck, and I'm out.